I am here with Nicolas Previdoli, recent graduate of the Business Accelerator. Nicolas, tell us about you. Where are you from? What do you do? Give us everything.
Okay, so I'm from Geneva, Switzerland, the French part of Switzerland, and I'm trying to start a social media marketing agency, or more like online advertisement agency, where I help entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs, to market their business online. So to use the tools that they have with the internet, like paid advertisement on Facebook, Instagram, and also content marketing, and how to, as you teach us, broadcast ourselves, and try to make them follow their passion by using the tools that the internet is offering to them.
Have you always had a passion for this kind of thing?
I always had this passion, always watching videos about this subject, reading a lot of articles. But it's just recently that after working in asset management for a year, that I realized that it's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. And when I was thinking about what I'm passionate about, I thought, well, I love the internet and social media marketing, and I thought, I know a lot of things, so why not trying to help entrepreneurs like me to use these tools to be able to work, to live their passion.
I find that most of the people on the course kind of having a turning point in their life before they decided to take it. What was that for you?
I know do you mean during the course?
No, before.
Before, yeah.
Is there something made you think, you know what, I need to go ahead and invest in myself and try something else, try something new?
It's like I was sure that I wanted to do investing, to work in asset management. And as I went in this industry, I realized that I was in for the bad reason. I wanted to make a lot of money for myself. It was all about myself. And quickly, as I saw my colleagues, I saw that they were not happy with all the money they got. And so I had to find something else. And so I found that it's about what I can bring to others and how I can help them. So I had to shift my mindset. Yeah.
And why London Real?
I don't know. I saw one interview one day, I think in 2014, and it was a guest. I don't remember the name, but he was opening himself, talking about subjects like self-development, and I thought, that's incredible that you are trying to improve yourself and to go against what everybody else are trying to do or saying to yourself. And I thought I have to do the same. I have to develop myself, to be the better of me, to be the best of myself. And I've got hooked, and I watched a lot of interviews, and yeah.
And why go ahead with the Business Accelerator? Because it's a choice you have to make. It's an investment in time and money. Why'd you pull the trigger?
You know, you can make all the New Year's resolution you want, but if you don't invest yourself, if you don't commit, you won't do anything. And the best way to commit yourself is to put money on the table, you know. And when you have put this money on the table, there is no going back. You don't want to lose this money that you've earned, so you have to work and you have to go forward. And finally, you do what you want to do, you know. Otherwise, it's just resolution on your wall, on your whiteboard, and you never do it. You never,
So you knew if you invested that you would fulfill it and make sure you did everything and get to the next level.
Exactly.
Okay.
I needed this push. Yeah.
And what were those first 3 weeks like in the course?
It was hard. It was, tough. You know, we learn all these concepts, and you're not even sure of your idea in the first place. So you don't really see why we go through these steps. at first. But as you say, we have to trust the process. And later on, as we do it, we realize that we are building our idea. And slowly, the idea is taking forms, and everything is coming into place. And it makes sense. Yeah.
And what about the class, the community, all these people? Tell me.
It's a big part of the Business Accelerator to see all these people from all the countries, different ages, and it helps you in a way that you don't expect at first. Because as a young guy, I thought that, oh, I know everything about computer, about social media, so I've got that. But then you see an older person, that it's the first time that they do it, and they have success, better success than you, and they post on the Facebook group, oh, I've done that, and I've got these results, and you're there, what the fuck am I doing? I have to work, I have to do as well as him or her. And it inspires you, and you go forward. And it's the best when you are in this down time, because you always, it's up and downs. And while you are in this downtime and you go on the Facebook group and you see all these people having successes, you're up. Yeah, it's great.
And what was your first success on the course? What was the thing where you were like, wow, okay, I'm doing this well and I like this part?
Yeah. So I think it's 10 vlogs, 10 days. I hated it. But then you do it and you post it on your public Facebook group, Facebook, and all my friends come to me and why are you doing that? So I have to explain them, I'm trying to push myself and to create a business. And two things. First, by telling that to your friends, it can bring you a lot. So, for example, one of my friends came back to me with a client, with my first client. Because as I told him what I want to do, he told me, oh, yeah, I know this business that really needs your help. And he put me in contact, and it's my first client now. And secondly, I've got a lot of private messages on Facebook telling me that I inspired them to broadcast yourself. And also the subject I was talking in the videos got inspired a lot of people. And it was really fulfilling to see that I inspire people. So that was the hardest part, but the most fulfilling.
What was your biggest challenge on the whole 8 weeks? What was the hardest?
The 10 days vlog. It's so hard. You have to put yourself in front of the camera and to think what you are going to say, and you want it to be perfect, but it's not possible because it's the first time you are doing it. So you won't do it as well as a YouTuber that is doing it for a couple of years. And so you record yourself and then you look, and it's so bad. But you have to push yourself and to share it. And that's so hard, but that's how you learn. It's crazy.
What do you think you're going to take from this course and use for the next year, 2 years, or 3 years for your own business? What are the big takeaways?
Big takeaways. I think it's really to broadcast yourself. We live now in a world that I think the best way to market a business and to market a personal brand is to broadcast yourself, to talk about you, to be vulnerable, and to talk to people and to connect with potential customers. And that's the best way to find people.
What if you walked down the street right now and you bumped into the Nicolas who didn't take this course?
Yeah.
How is that guy different than you?
I think he would still be in front of his computer, watching YouTube videos on how to set up a business, he would never done it. And probably that his next New Year resolution would be to finally set up a business.
That's harsh.
Yes.
And to someone thinking about taking the accelerator, they're not sure, they don't know if they have the time or if they can afford it, what would you tell them?
I think the time is an excuse that everybody has. On the course, there were a mother of children with a full-time job, and they did it, and very well, better than me even. So time is not an excuse. And really, if you have a hard time to commit yourself to start, you have to think other way to commit yourself, and putting money on the table is a great way to do it.
Yeah, Dan Pena calls it the pay price to action. That's what he calls it. And I agree. It's like when people invest in themselves, like then we want to invest in them. It's a big deal.
Yeah, totally.
It's been amazing having you on this course, and thank you for that energy, that you're bringing. And it's funny because, you're a guy from Geneva, used to be in asset management, and you've gone a different way.
Yeah.
And I know that's hard to do because I know what Swiss bankers are like, and, they do the same things over and over again. And to get outside of that is hard in Geneva.
So hard. Yeah.
Non-conformity is hard.
Yeah.
It's one thing to broadcast yourself in East London, but I know it's hard. But like you said, it can be super rewarding. And the great thing about you is when you do it, it's easier to be noticed because very few people do that. So I think if you keep doing what you're doing and keep broadcasting yourself, people are going to find you.
I think so, yeah.
So thanks for being on the course.
Thank you to you.
And to the next couple years, I want to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.